P2 Peeps.
What's up, guys? P2 Peeps here, and we bring you guys an update on that raw garden lawsuit. So, this isn't like other videos, so we're not really gonna need to take any hits here. So let's go into it here. So this is from a Reddit post that I found that someone posted. They just posted the statement from a raw garden brand ambassador. So I'll be putting the screenshots of the post in the video as I read it. So actually, before we dive in, let's go over the facts so far about the case. So fact one, there is a class complaint filed against them. So I thought it was a class action lawsuit. It is a class action complaint, meaning that if it gets to that class action designation, then it will. But the complaint right now filed is a class action complaint, so it is trying to be a class action lawsuit, so more people can be involved in it and get whatever reparations are owed to them, etc., etc. Another fact that we have so far: the refined live resin trademarking is what it's over. The people think it's misleading, yada yada yada. All right. So the third fact that we have so far about the case is that this isn't really new information about the refined live resin thing. A lot of people have known that it's been distillate with live resin terps for quite some time, but again, as I said, it was a little misleading for others. So those are a few facts that we have established already about the case. I guess another one we could say is that Raw Garden is not a shady company. That is for sure a fact, because you can see all their lab and test results that they've ever done, and they're super detailed. I mean, no other company really gives out detailed reports like that. So, we're not really dealing with a company that's poisoning people or, violating any health hazards or anything like that. So let's go ahead. So let's go ahead and, read through this statement from a Raw Garden representative. So, Raw Garden strives to make the best and most trusted products in cannabis. We firmly stand by all our products, and we believe the recent packaging lawsuit is without merit. Since Raw Garden's inception in the days of California's medical cannabis framework, we have worked to innovate and create efficiencies in both our farming and extraction processes in order to create high-quality, consistent products at a competitive price. Along this journey, we created one of our first clean greens certified extract products on the market, ensuring that consumers could trust where their products originated, from flower to oil, with even more rigorous testing requirements than state mandated. A core value of our brand is developing products with transparency and integrity, as shown through dedication to controlling our supply chain and posting certificates of analysis for every single batch of product we release on our website. Like I just talked about, they're always posting their test results, and they're doing rigorous testing. So the next page of the post, over the last decade, we have immersed ourselves in the chemistry, physics, and engineering of cannabis extracts, experimenting with water, ethanol, light hydrocarbons, high pressures, CO2, and distillation in order to bring consumers the best experience possible. Raw Garden's approach draws on our team's experience in breeding, cultivation, and manufacturing. We breed all of our varieties in-house, manage all of our cultivation to exacting standards, harvest utilizing state-of-the-art cryogenic freezing, and extract all of our flowers to live resin. This entire process is done with the sole focus of capturing the natural flavors and aromas of the cannabis plant. So, they're pretty much just letting you guys know that they are still doing live resin type extractions. They're still freezing the flower, and doing the proper methods for live resin distillation or extraction, I guess. So the next page. With the introduction of vape cartridges and their rising popularity, we looked to develop a product that functioned reliably in the hardware while delivering a flavorful true-to-flower experience. In order to accomplish this, we knew we had to control the process from start to finish. During product development, we researched several approaches, including raw live resin extracts and traditional distillates. What we found was that the unrefined products had impurities that damaged the hardware's heating element, clogged inlet pores led to darker color in the oil and created unappetizing flavors, which resulted in an inconsistent customer experience. We also found that while traditional distillate products function well in the hardware, they are underwhelming and light on flavor. There had to be something better, so Raw Garden took the best attributes of each of these products to develop refined live resin. So pretty much what they're saying there, guys, is they're just letting you know how they came to making the refined live resin. They wanted to mix, the upsides of both live resin and distillate. As they're talking about, live resin does have a tendency to get darker and lose flavor as you use it more often. And distillate is just kind of flavorless most times. So that's their rationale on that page. So let's go to the last page and then let's discuss it. So the last page. Our refined live resin process is a revolutionary step forward in the evolution of cannabis products. We have developed an innovative process that removes impurities like waxes, fats, and tannins from our live resin, which increases potency, clarifies color, prolongs shelf life, and improves cartridge function while retaining the strain-specific cannabinoids and aromatic terpenes, resulting in the aptly named refined live resin. No trim, no additives ever. The team at Raw Garden is incredibly grateful to our customers who appreciate the quality and innovative products that we provide, and for making Raw Garden the #1 selling dabbable and vape brand in California. So there you have it. That is the statement from a Raw Garden brand ambassador. So what do I think about it? So after reading it, I'd say the best way to summarize this statement is that this is Raw Garden just kind of letting you guys know what refined live resin is, how they came to it, and they're pretty much just admitting, yes, it is a distilled oil but with refined live resin terps, but there's a little bit more to that too. They said that this is completely different from other things on the market. It's not just distilled oil with refined live resin terps to them. They think here they're saying that their distilled oil is much cleaner. Same thing with their live resin terps and all the things that get reintroduced to it. And me personally, I think that's true. You look at any of their products and they're all really clean. They all taste great. And that's something that, like I said before, we can't really ask for more of sometimes when it comes to cannabis brands in the industry. Obviously, we can ask them to be a little bit more transparent with the marketing and things like that, right? But the bottom line for me is they're putting out clean products and not putting anyone at risk, and that's it. That's the biggest point for me. There's a lot of dirty companies out there. People who aren't testing for things properly. Some things getting passed through with butane in it. Just a lot of factors to go into that, and I do think that Raw Garden is one of those companies that is not doing anything like that. So I do appreciate that. But for those of you who feel betrayed by the refined live resin marking, I guess, look at it this way. If you look up the definition for distill, right? Distillate, distillates, whatever, those comes from that word. And if you look up the definition for refine, they're pretty much the same thing. Both pretty much mean to purify, to clean. And refined live resin, distilled live resin, it's almost the same thing, right? Like I said in my other video, I do wish that for those who don't really look into it, for those who just kind of look at the surface and feel betrayed, I think it'd be easier for Raw Garden to kind of explain what refined live resin means, and to make that distinction that the oil within isn't exactly real live resin sauce. Yeah, that's what we've got so far. We've got a little statement coming out from Raw Garden, and personally, while it obviously is a PR move, I didn't really expect anything else from them. This seems like a statement very them, and I personally don't have any problem with it. It doesn't really look like they're trying to run away from the fact that refined live resin might seem tricky, but they are kind of shying away from addressing that explicitly. You know, they said in this statement that the lawsuit has no merit, you know, and then they follow that up with reasonings on why it has no merit while also explaining, you know, their process behind the oils. For those of you who are interested in the implications that this stuff has for your wallet, I know someone asked, would I be able to get a refund? The short answer is you might, if this gets to the court as a class action lawsuit. So if this gets to the court as a class action lawsuit and it actually pans out, which would probably take over 1.5 to 2 years for an actual court case of, you know, like that's supposed to be a class action case, you know, like something this case, a case this big, you know, it would have to take maybe 1 year or 2 of processing and things like that, you know, a lot of different courts, a lot of different lawyer talkings between both parties, etc., etc. But yes, if in this situation, and I guess the you know, the hypothetical situation that they did get that class action classification and they did get slammed with it and they did lose the case, then you probably would get your money back if that's what you wanted, you know. But the way I see it, guys, you probably won't get any money back. The way this case is going, I just personally think that Raw Garden's probably going to come out on top on this one. And you know, for a kind of, I don't know, well, I wouldn't say good reasons necessarily, but for reasons that make sense, they're probably going to be able to come out on top. So that should be it for the video. But let me know where you guys stand on this. Do you think Raw Garden should be sued harder, or you know, the lawsuit should actually get that class action, you know, classification, or do you think that this lawsuit is something that might just get thrown out, you know, swept under the bus, all that stuff? Yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. P2 out. Peace.